Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Total Extreme Wrestling. My name is BrendenPlayz, and this is, of course, our TNA playthrough, and we are just a couple of weeks away from the Against All Odds pay-per-view. Doing something a little bit different here today. We're getting straight into a show because I want to try and get through two shows here today. Already booked it. Let's get straight into it. So, first of all, this is our TNA Impact show. It is our opening segment. We've got Fallen Angel and Muhammad Hassan face-to-face. You know, they're going to have that big showdown, that big confrontation before their big title matchup. They wanted to fight, they wanted to get into it and start brawling. Didn't happen because they were interrupted. Some members of the roster coming out to make sure that didn't take place, breaking the two up. Went down pretty well, the 100 rated segment to start the show off. That's always what we're looking for. And then we had something different again, the Young Bucks. We brought them up from developmental for one night only. I want to see where they're at, how they're going, and we did notice a little bit of an issue with the Young Bucks. So if you recall in recent episodes, we kind of wanted to know, why are the Young Bucks not teaming up together? What's the deal? Why do they keep being split up as a team, keep being made inactive? Well, it turns out one of them was a babyface, one was a heel. Now, I don't know if this was the actual issue, but I'm starting to think maybe it could be a major cause for it, so hopefully that helps now that we fixed that. And hopefully these two team up a little bit more developmental. We brought them up. They both had performances of 50 and 55, which is okay, not great. Certainly not main roster quality yet. Whereas Chris Hero 96, Cesaro 96, yeah, that's pretty good. So 76 overall matchup, quick and easy win for Cesaro. And afterwards, it was a beatdown. James Storm and Chris Harris beat up Cesaro and Chris Hero. So Cesaro and Chris Hero, terrific in-ring performance, just don't have the popularity yet, but that's our plan. We can get them motoring along a little bit, hopefully get them to 60, 65, 70. If we can get them to 70, they truly could be our number one team, without a doubt, the best team we've got, and potential tag team champions at some point, without a doubt. Moving along, we had Austin Aries and Jeff Hardy had a matchup one-on-one. Something a little bit different again. I kind of was just scrolling through going, well, who should I give a match to? Okay, let's give Austin Aries a one-on-one matchup. And I figured, you know what? Let's give Jeff a match against Austin Aries, because I figured let's try and pair one guy who needs a bit of a popularity boost. Let's pair him with one of our best guys in Jeff Hardy. 85 rated match between the two, which is good. Jeff Hardy definitely carried, 90 rated. Austin Aries 76. But that's good from Jeff. That is really, really good signs from Jeff. If he can continue to be a 90 rated performer, be more consistent, he'll definitely get that championship at some point. You know, we've been a little bit disappointed with Jeff, but that's much better from him. 85 rated. Afterwards, Samoa Joe, who was watching the matchup, taunted Jeff Hardy. You know, he's not that impressed, not that intimidated. He's not too worried about Jeff. He thinks he's going to be able to beat him at the pay-per-view. That'll be big. Here's a matchup, the New Age Outlaws versus the Motor City Machine Guns. 94 rated between these two teams. I really didn't expect this. New Age Outlaws 83 apiece, excellent. And Sabre 94, Shelley 100. Alex Shelley, man. How good is he going? Really, really terrific stuff. Without a doubt, one of our best performances, which is why he's the X Division champion right now. 94 rated matchup, excellent. We haven't used the New Age Outlaws good enough, I think. We've been a little bit, lacking on them a little bit. They are our veteran team, I guess, and we've got a lot of other teams we're focusing on. And the New Age Outlaws are established. They're fine. They're a good popularity. They're at a good point in the roster. They're not the top of the team. The top of the team is not on the lower end. They're kind of in the middle, high end of the middle. But that was a good performance from them. That's more of what we're wanting to see from them. That proves to me that they can still go, and they're still good enough to have a good performance. But Billy Gunn might need a gimmick change. His gimmick's getting stale. We might need to freshen that up a little bit. Paul London promo and Alex Shelley. He challenged him to a matchup, of course, for the X Division title. Then we had a women's battle royal, so 10-woman battle royal. Did this so we can get all of our women in this one match. Hopefully it's a good one to try and improve their performances, get some exposure, because we've got a few women like Shelly Martinez and Taylor Wilde we've barely used. So we get them in this role, we get them on TV, and just get that little bit of a popularity boost. Because the default popularity basically is 35. So with our television exposure from what we get, the minimum someone will be after a few weeks on TV will be 35. So some of our women are at that 35 mark or not quite. So even by putting them in this match, it will help their popularity. Beth Phoenix did get the victory, making her the official #1 contender. So Molly Holly did have the highest popularity, so she will sacrifice a little bit there, but I'm not too phased. I think she should be okay, fingers crossed. Jeff Jarrett, he had a promo on AJ Styles, 94 there, another good one. And our main event, wow, we're going to have a big show. We could be having our best Impact show ever. Fallen Angel versus Abyss, one-on-one. So I wanted Fallen Angel to get one big win, or one big match, to prove that he is rightfully deserving of an opportunity at the champion, because he did lose to Hassan, so I think Angel needs that win. Now, he didn't get it. Abyss beat him, but Muhammad Hassan came out, distracted Fallen Angel, and helped him win. So, arguably our two best singles workers right now are in this match. Abyss has been so good, and Fallen Angel has been terrific in the X Division, now really proving himself as a main event guy. So good here as well. 98 rated. One of the best matches we've ever had here, and Fallen Angel, once again, is involved in it. So how good is he going? I tell you what, we're going to have a big show. I didn't really do a hell of a lot of this show. I felt as though we could have done a little bit more, and a few more storylines, kind of advanced a bit more. But I just wanted to have some good matches, and that's what we've done. And because of that, we've hit a 95 rated show. 95 rated. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This goes to show you, sometimes you match up the right workers, they work so well. And look, if Muhammad Hassan, manages to beat Fallen Angel, we've got a feud right there. Abyss and Fallen Angel, one-on-one. That feud, from what we just saw, those matches just there, that could be insane. That could really, really deliver high quality matches. 98 right there. Could keep getting better. It might even crack the 99-100 area. Okay, so we had a 7.87 TV rating. That's got to be our best, surely. Crystal Marshall's contract is up. Now, she offers practically nothing in every single area. Can't wrestle. Okay talker at best. She doesn't wrestle. Okay popularity, that's about it. And, sex appeal's only 62. Star quality's only 50. Acting's quite okay. So, as a valet, probably wouldn't be that great for our audience. And, of course, she is dating Lashley. That's really the only positive there. So, if you wanted to pair Marshall and Lashley together, which we don't. So, yeah. Her contract's up. We don't want her. WWE, you can keep her. But, yeah, so that's got to be our best rating to date. So, let's take a look. So best match is Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy, apparently, which was 98. So we just had a 98 then, so it equaled that. And our best show is apparently now that show that we just did, that 95 show there, and that was our best TV rating. So going really, really well. Going well. That new TV deal is set in. We're getting better time slots. Our shows are getting better. We're also increasing our size to, of course, national. Last week's Impact did a 7.52, and this week we did 7.87. Nearly 300,000 viewer jump. That's big. Actually, it was a 350,000, 355 or 65, whatever. It was a big jump in viewers. So, and the one before was 6.2, and then of course the 3.73. So we are really increasing in numbers every single week. How far can that rating get? Can it get to 8, 8.5, 9? That'll be the goal. That will be the goal. The only issue, of course, with our ratings, we don't have an international audience right now. That is the issue. That's what we need to improve on, but we'll get there. Just having a look at the Young Bucks. Their exposure on TV helped them get to that 35 mark that we were talking about earlier on. Hopefully now they'll team together a little bit more, because we've now made them both heels. And I think that was their... Actually, no, they've had a better match. We have used them in the past, apparently. So we had Aries and Strong beat them in the past. I forgot that I did that. So, yeah, there you go. We've already used them in the past. So maybe they've already hit that 35 mark beforehand. But, yeah, so there you go. And still a lot of talk about some of their, development guys. A lot of you guys still want me to bring in Nakamura really, really soon. And I definitely agree. He's ready for the main roster. We're just kind of waiting for the right opportunity, the right timing. We've just brought in a couple of new guys. Speaking of our roster, there's one little change I'm considering making. And I don't know if I showed you guys this last episode, but Homicide. So I want to turn Homicide to a babyface. Now Homicide has 89 face, 98 heal, so he can play a face pretty well. Now Homicide is someone who has been one of our best workers, and we haven't really used him. You can see just the 3 matches, and he hasn't had a match since week 2 January, so over a month ago nearly. So he hasn't been used enough because he's kind of been out of the contention for the championships, hasn't really been in the mix. And you can see his average rating is 79. 79, which is excellent. And his best match of the year was 97. So that goes to show Homicide's one of our best workers. He's a very, very strong worker. His best match was against Fallen Angel. Terrific rivalry he had there. So we need to do something more with him. He's got 70 popularity, really good popularity. We did a great job in booking him and getting, just having great matches. Great matches, great feuds. Despite not winning the championship, he still had a lot of success. And he has done really, really well for himself, but we haven't done enough with him lately. So we need to turn him. We're going to turn him face to do this because we want to have him, give him a fresh lot of opponents. Shelly, Sabin, Aries, Strong. We give him that. Samoa Joe possible as well. You could even move him up and take on some of the other bigger names. Just opens up a whole list of names that he can work with because he's pretty much work with all the baby faces right now. He did the AJ Styles, he did Fallen Angel, and he did Sabu, Shannon Moore, and I think he's done a few more as well. So he's done a majority of the baby faces. Him turning is right, and Christian's also turning as well. So I guess it's 1 for 1 there. One turns heel, one turns face. Yes, not quite the same level, nearly, but not quite there. But yeah, and of course Chris Jericho, not too far away. I think is he available now? I think he may be. But yeah, so he's coming. He is coming, and probably will debut at the pay-per-view. Speaking of, we want to get there. So we've got another week's worth of show to get through. Explosion. I'll book Explosion to show you the results once we advance this next week as well, and we'll show you what happens there. Just a quick look at our popularity, where we're at right now, and our progression. So you can see February we've bumped up to 75. Last month, January, was 73. So a 2 popularity increase right there. That's really big. And of course our Southeast as well, up to 78, which is great. So that's actually getting caught up though from our other regions starting to really, really catch it. So Southeast may not be the powerhouse that it has been for us. Instead, all of America is going to be a powerhouse for us, which is even better. You see Canada, not great, 19 and a 22 in a couple of regions. Same with Mexico, 22. British Isles is non-existent. Japan, barely existent. We've tried, we've done a few shows there, hasn't increased that much. Europe is doing well, 41, that's doing well. Can't really do much in the other regions of Europe, but 41's really good in Central Europe, and Australia is non-existent, but New Zealand to 26. So still our international presence is lacking. I know a lot of you guys have been telling me, you got to get that international deal. I want to, absolutely want to, just can't at the moment. But what we're going to do is we're going to advance to Explosion, book that show the results afterwards, and then we'll get into booking the next Impact as well. Okay, so we did our Explosion show. We had Matt Morgan beat Rikishi. We had Monty Brown put in a match by Roddy Piper. We had Nakamura in action. He beat Ron Simmons. 54 rated for that match. And actually in that one, I seriously thought we're going to have to send Ron Simmons to hospital. Apparently, he was so exhausted, it was like he was going to die. Apparently, his stats are just abysmal because he's not set to be actually a wrestler anymore. All of his stats have been basically set to 0, so he can barely wrestle at all. But Nakamura carried in a 50 match, pretty good, and got a bit of popularity out of him as well. A few angles as well, just some hype-up matches, including this one's for the old fans. Beth Phoenix attacked Melina and stripped her off. So that's interesting. We do have a demographic though who does want to see that type of content, so don't blame me. I'm just appealing to the demographic. And of course, Monty Brown defeated Kenta in our main event as well. 0.54 rating there for that Explosion show. Now, just a quick look at Nakamura. After beating Ron Simmons, who had a popularity of 70, Nakamura has now jumped to 43, 52 in the Southeast as well, which means he's very close. Do we do it? Do we bring him up? Bring him up and just have him go on a bit of a winning streak, just beat majority of the guys, local talents, legends. He's already beaten a number of legends already, but I think it'd be a great idea if we just brought him up and started doing that. And yeah, I mean, Nakamura is very close. His performances have been excellent. His in-ring work is really good. Give him the right opponent and the popularity, increase. I think it's very possible that Nakamura could be delivering 90 rated performances by the end of the year. I think if we're good enough, we can get Nakamura to maybe 70 popularity, 75 popularity by the end of the year. And given his stats, it's a very real possibility that he could be performing in the 90s by the end of the year, which would be absolutely outstanding. And Nakamura is good enough and could be that successful for us. And hopefully, we could use Nakamura as that guy to kind of get us into that Japan market. It would be terrific. But yeah, so there you go. Not a lot else is happening. You guys, we took a bit of a vote last episode on whether or not you wanted to see Chavo Guerrero come in and offer him a contract. I was a little bit up in the air, I wasn't sure, but I think he would be a great addition to our our X Division roster because he is a cruiserweight style, high-flying style, so 60 popularity to go with it. Would he be a face or a heel? Heel is better suited for him. I think you could probably pair him with Homicide, bring in Hernandez, and do LAX, and go with that. I think, didn't Hernandez and Chavo did team up at one point? I feel like that happened. So you could create a little bit of a stable there as well. That's probably one idea I've got for him. So we could do that team and go for it. But also as a singles, I think he'd be pretty decent. So we have offered him a contract, and I think we should be able to get him. We'll see probably by the end of the episode if we do or not. But for now, let's get booking into our next Impact show. The final one before our pay-per-view. So next episode, you will see the Against All Odds pay-per-view. And Jay Lethal was cheerful and fun to be around. Well, that's always great, Jay. And a lot of you guys have kind of said for Jay Lethal to do the whole Macho Man thing. And I think, that might not be such a bad idea. It's just at the moment, his popularity is low. It's so difficult to get it up at the moment without sacrificing someone else, and we don't really have anyone to sacrifice. The thing for Jay Lethal is he's 21, he's got so much time on his side, there's no real need to rush him at all. So if he's losing to guys and just helping put over the next few guys that we're working on, that's fine. At one point, sometime in the future, he will get his opportunity, it will be his turn to shine, but for right now, it's just not his time. It's just not his time yet. And that's okay. That's okay. He's got a job. He's on the roster. He's getting featured. Life's good for Jay Lethal. Alright, so let's book our Impact show. Okay, so here's what we got for our Impact show. On the pre-show, Ron Killings promo on Monty Brown. Just the 70, so not great from Ron Killings. Can definitely do better. We start off with a match, and it was 84 rated. Alex Shelley versus AJ Styles, the X Division champ, against AJ. AJ got the win. 86 rated by Shelley. AJ 83. Shelley outperforming AJ Styles. Wow, there you go. Now Jeff Jarrett was on commentary, and Shelley lost thanks to the interference by Paul London. And afterwards, Alex Shelley still laughing off Paul London, not treating him as a threat. So Shelley, basically the storyline, hey, I don't see Paul London as a threat, even though London's challenging me to matches, even though London wants to take me on. I don't think London can beat me, and even though he didn't cost me the match, I'm still not worried about him. So Shelley laughing off the threat of London. Did lose the match though. Team 3D beat the Insane Asylum, 80 rated match between those two teams. Test 71, Kevin Thorne 66. So Test and Thorne still a work in progress, still getting that chemistry building with the Dudleys were terrific. 96 and 91 from them. Good again. Austin Aries and Roderick Strong, they cut a promo on Team 3D after the matchup as well. Beth Phoenix beat Sarita in a 74 rated matchup. Beth Phoenix 69, Sarita 66. So Beth really still going well. She's still continuing to get better and better, and her rise is really there. And I think we've definitely picked her as the right person to become one of our next top heels into the division, so she's doing well. Currently, Melina has a small little injury, so we've kind of kept her. I wanted to have her have a match this week, but we've had to kind of hold off on that, and we've just had her go on commentary and commentate on the Beth Phoenix matches. Rhino had a promo on Matt Morgan. That's pretty good from Rhino. 83, yep, that's pretty good. But then we had Bobby Roode and Christian go one-on-one. Roode 84, Christian 94. So great performances, but the match just 79. Probably because there's no storyline involved. We wanted to have Christian just keep on being featured as we continue to get ready for his heel turn. And Bobby Roode, a good opponent for him, a man who we do want to get to that main event point at some point in the series. So having him work with someone like Christian is a good way to kind of gauge where he's at, and he performed pretty well. Chris Hero and Cesaro promo on America's Most Wanted. Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe, they had a bit of a backstage fight, and Samoa Joe got the better of Jeff Hardy. So Jeff Hardy coming into the next matchup, our main event tonight, not 100%. And it was Samoa Joe and Muhammad Hassan versus Fallen Angel and Jeff Hardy in a tag team matchup, 95 rated. And to be honest, I kind of expected something big because these four guys have been our four best performing workers alongside probably Alex Shelley over the last couple of months. Samoa Joe and Muhammad Hassan got the win because Jeff Hardy was injured. Obviously, the backstage fight from the backstage brawl from Samoa Joe, beating down Jeff Hardy, and then throughout the match, Samoa Joe beat down Hardy even further, and Hardy got injured, and the referee had to call it off. So again, I guess somewhat of a draw, but yes, Joe and Hassan did enough to get the win. Everyone performed really well. Hassan at 95, Joe 88, Hardy 91, Fallen Angel 91. And it's hard to ever imagine a match with Samoa Joe's the worst performer in it. And if you have someone who's getting an 88 performance and he's the worst in the match, you're doing pretty good. You're going pretty good. So 95 rated, kind of saved our show a little bit. The middle of the show and the opener of the show wasn't that strong, especially after the last week's big show. But 90 overall, which is terrific again. Happy with that. So a good main event there. And we're looking pretty good. Against All Odds is next up. And certainly those four guys there, Hassan and Angel, should have a good match. Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy could tear the house down. Their rivalry's been terrific. We still have Jeff Jarrett and AJ Styles, Paul London and Alex Shelley. So there's some strong matches there. Strong matches. 7.97 rating. So our Impact TV rating is continuing to rise up. Nearly in the 8s already, which is fantastic. But as you can see, we are just a few days away from the Against All Odds pay-per-view. And so far everything's looking pretty good. AJ Styles, actually, he's moved up to the list in the top 5 of the most popular guys. 76 popularity for him, doing very well. I don't think he was in the list before that. I think Abyss may have dropped out, which is disappointing for Abyss. But yeah, so overall going pretty well. Like Shelley, he's doing pretty well, looking good. Bobby Roode looking decent after his matchup. Jeff Hardy, well and truly now on the 80 mark, which is great. We've finally got him there. It's taken us a while. Samoa Joe in the mid-70s, slowly rising him up, which is, a big plan of ours is Samoa Joe this year. We really want him to be strong. We'd love to get him around that world title picture. Maybe not become champion. I don't know if he'll get that far, but it would be nice to get him there and get him close. But yeah, so overall, things are going pretty well. We've got a lot of progression happening, and just our knockouts are still a work in progress. Beth Phoenix is slowly getting up there. Sarita, she's actually bumped up a little bit, up to 37. I think she was 35, 36 before. She's someone definitely to look out for as well. But we are, plenty of work to do. But we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Against All Odds is next. Like I said, some big matches to come. And after that, of course, Destination X, Lockdown. Big shows. Big shows coming. Looking forward to it. Alright, but ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave you with that, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Total Extreme Wrestling. Next up, as I said, is the pay-per-view. Not only that, I actually have another request from you guys. So, I'm kind of thinking about streaming another TEW series, just for a bit of fun on the side, just to give me something to stream. Basically, normally when I play TW, I've got a couple playthroughs going at the same time. So I've got this one for the channel. It's not going anywhere. The 2007 playthrough is staying, the TNA. You'll see it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm loving it. But I like to do another one on the side as well. So when I'm not doing videos, I can keep just kind of playing through TW, just smashing through it. I'm thinking of doing either a 2011 or 2012 playthrough. I've got a 2012 mod. Would probably prefer 2011. But I don't know if there's one available. I don't have one. so I'd like to get that. But is that something that would interest you? If I stream that, you guys can come along to the stream. I'll have a set time every week when I'll be streaming it, so you can find out, and I'll also leave the videos up on the channel if you want to check it out as well. So 2011, is that a good year? Do you think that would be fun? I mean, there's other years, you know, the 90s, 80s, you know, they don't really interest me much. I've already done a WCW 2001 playthrough. I played that to 2005, so I've already done that, so that's off the table. And I know a lot of people say, hey, do 2017. Just 2017, I don't know, it doesn't interest me that much. I think I'd rather play 2011, a period of time in WWE where it really sucked, and kind of play around with that. Because if you play through a few years back, it gives you the ability to kind of look at new talent coming through and develop that new talent coming through, whereas now we don't know who's the next talent coming through, so it's kind of a little bit boring that way. You kind of have to guess who's going to be any good. So yeah, so let me know what kind of playthrough you'd like to see me do. 2011's the one I want to do, or 2012. Hopefully that's okay. So another little TW on the side, because I know a lot of you guys have been wanting me to do in that series, and I kind of want to stream it as well. I think it'd be really fun. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this episode of Totally Extreme Wrestling. More to come, and I'll see you in the next one.